Hi everyone, this is Vic Benedict. We're resuming our campaign on Dead Space 3 on Impossible mode. This footage is sped up because we're just traversing the U.S.M. Eudora, which is the title of this video. And typically I do this kind of thing. I just fast forward it, mute the sound, and then once we pick up with the character and are actually doing things, rather than just watching what's happening, I will put everything back in the normal speed with everything. So we're going to be doing a bit of flying, some flying sequences, and a minor puzzle. And the flying sequences, I imagine they could be a nightmare for people who are doing a hardcore run. They were a nightmare for me on Dead Space 2 when I did my run on hardcore mode. I saved it right. Well, it wasn't right before the. I think anyone who knows Dead Space 2, they know which one I'm talking about. After you do the solar panel puzzle in Dead Space 2, there's a shitty ass flying sequence where you can get hit. It's just so easy to get clipped by a piece of the environment and then splat, you're dead. Then you have to go back to your previous save point, and if your previous save point wasn't, if you had never saved it, your ass is going back to the beginning of the level. So that's why I'm not going to do a hardcore run. I did one last year, and it's just not worth it. It was a nice project, and I enjoyed it, but it was rife with frustration. Trust me. So I'm definitely getting into this game. It's a good game. Fundamentally it's a good game, and I'm happy with it. Happy with my purchase, and I'm glad to be doing this guide. Hopefully it'll help people beat Impossible mode, because even though it's not hardcore mode, it's damn hard. It really is. If not as hard as Dead Space 2, it's definitely on par with Dead Space 1's impossibility mode. So you are on a timer here, but you have plenty of. You could probably go get yourself a drink and come back, and you would still have plenty of air here and time to move these clamps here. So just latch onto the clamps, drag them to the left. I dragged that one a little bit too far. Then drag this one over to the right, and then hit the panel to activate it. It's upside down, the letters that is. And then we're going to be doing the flying section, and this one has mines too, so definitely would be something of an aggravation. I don't even know how hardcore works, since there are no traditional save stations like in the first two games. I'll have to look into that, but I'm mainly focusing on this difficulty. It's a challenge. It's a different kind of challenge than hardcore mode, but this kind of thing, I think if you die on a sequence like this, even if you're playing on hardcore mode, it shouldn't count against your deaths. It's just so. It's not even part of the game. Yes, it's part of the actual game experience, but like this is not what you normally do in the game. This is just a flying sequence, and you can get hit so easily, and then you're just dead. And I died so many times. There's actually one final little flight sequence like this right before you get your trophy for hardcore mode, and you're reaching out, you're trying to grab hold of Ellie's arm at the very end of Dead Space 2, and there was one time that I ran into something, or something hit me, and it was game over, and I had to go back to my chapter 14 file. It wasn't that far away, but that didn't make me have to beat the boss again. But that's the end of this chapter. It's a brief one.